Manga-Waido.
My name is Kino Masako. I'm currently in the 5th grade of elementary school. We got our tests back today. While my other classmates are getting sad or happy at their scores, I just stared at my 100 points and said, "A perfect score! I'm sure even Mom will be happy with this." After going home from club, I went straight to the kitchen where my mother was. "Mom, look, I got a perfect score on my last test." I handed the test over to my mom, forcing myself to smile, but...
That test was easy, so of course you got a perfect score.
What? She gave me back my test completely uninterested.
I mean, academics are the only thing you're good at, so it's only natural that you study a lot.
What? But you said you praised me if I got 100 on my next test. That's why I studied so much. I didn't know how to react to my mother's cold words when, from the front door, I heard,
"I'm home."
It was my sister. There are 4 people in my family. Me, my mom, my dad, and my sister Shizue, who's 5 years older than me. Shizue just got home.
Welcome back. Today's dinner's your favorite, Shizue. Rotten. You just finished with your end-of-term exams, right?
Welcome home, Shizue. You must be tired studying until this late.
My father, who hadn't said a word to me until now, stopped reading the newspaper and welcomed Shizue back.
These are my test scores. Wow, you got over 95 on all subjects. You even got perfect scores.
You're such a gifted child, Shizue. I'm so proud of you.
Nice job as always.
Why? It's always my sister. Ever since I could remember, my parents never praised me for anything. Even when I got good scores on my tests or in competitions. In fact, they basically just ignore me. My sister always got much better grades than me, though. Not only that, but she was pretty as well. She's the only one my parents love. To them, I'm just a bother. Not only that, but I bet even my sister doesn't like me. She barely even talks to me. I hate all of it, I said to myself once I returned to my own room. No one heard me, of course. 3 years went by after that, and it was now fall of my 2nd year in middle school.
Do you think this is a joke, Masako?
My parents barged into my room screaming, their faces red.
What is the meaning of this?
Why are all of your subjects 3 or below on your scorecard? It's almost all 2s. Your teacher told me you weren't doing well in school. What makes you think you have the right to embarrass us like this?
I didn't have high expectations of you like I do for Shizue, but at least get average scores to not embarrass us.
I was already used to their insults by then. Is me getting good grades going to change anything, though? No matter how hard I worked and no matter how much I tried to make them happy, they never loved me. If that's the case, then there's no point. I had already given up trying to please my parents by then.
Why can't you be a bit more like your sister?
I don't care anymore. You're no longer our child.
Fine, I get it.
I heard people shouting. Did something happen?
I tried to leave my room when I ran into my sister who just got back from university. My sister got into a medical university after high school, and my parents were so proud of her for it.
It's nothing, Shizue. I brought some cake earlier. Do you want to eat some?
Okay. My sister glanced at me before going out, but she left my room without saying a word. It seems I was alone in this family. Time went by, and before I knew it, I was 16. I was a miserable little high schooler. By miserable, I mean without promise, boring, poor. Yep, that was the kind of person I'd become. I was called into the teacher's office by my homeroom teacher, Goto-sensei, that day.
Kino, you haven't been listening during class recently. You don't do your homework either.
But I am that age where kids want to enjoy themselves, aren't I? Speaking of which, I need to go to karaoke with some friends after this, so could you hurry up?
Kino, listen, you're just too...
Like always, I just ignored what he told me, nodding my head and giving short replies so that I could get it over with quickly. But...
The scores on your end-of-term tests in particular, they were all single-digit. At this rate, you won't be able to graduate high school, Kino.
I stopped chewing the gum in my mouth and reacted to the word scores.
What are you going to do?
I don't need to turn things around. I'm stupid, so it's impossible for me. Not just that, but no one has any expectations for me. Working hard would just be a waste of time and effort. Everything you say is so boring, teacher. Try to come up with a more interesting topic next time.
Kino!
I left the teacher's office before he could finish talking. It was 9 p.m. when I got home after going to karaoke with some friends. My sister was waiting for me outside the house. Huh? Sister? Come to my room, Masako. What? Why? Come on, just come to my room for a moment. I didn't know what was going on, but I could tell that my sister was being serious, so I did what she said. As soon as I entered her room, she made me sit on her desk. I'm gonna be your tutor from tomorrow. Huh? What is this all about so suddenly? Not only did I get scolded by my homeroom teacher, but now even my sister was nagging me about my grades. Just what in the world is going on? There's no point in me studying anymore at this point.
There's something I've been wanting to tell you.
Huh? Said my sister, and then she whispered something in my ear. I was surprised at what she told me and didn't know what to say.
You understand? You'll study hard starting from tomorrow now, won't you?
I gave an unenthusiastic nod. My sister's Spartan tutoring started from the next day. We do it every day until I graduated high school. Even when my sister had to go to work, she would give me worksheets to do and things to read and grade them when she got back. When she didn't have to go to work, she'd sit next to me while I studied. I wasn't allowed to take a break for even a day. I remember wanting to give up several times. I can't anymore. I don't even feel like getting up from the desk anymore.
What are you doing? You aren't done, are you?
Let's just call it a day.
Fine, but tomorrow you're gonna have to study for 10 hours.
What? Really?
You have to make up for your lost time today. Now's the time you need to really pull through. Or do you not want things to change?
I'll keep going. As you can see, my sister was extremely stoic about tutoring me, but she was also a really good teacher. Thanks to that, my grades kept getting better and better. By the time of my end of term exams for my third year, I was able to get over 90 in all subjects.
Nice work, Kino.
Well, I am being tutored by my extremely talented sister.
But this is thanks to your own hard work. Keep it up. I'll support you in any way I can.
Thanks to my sister's tutoring and Goto Sensei's support, I was able to get into a school I wanted to go to. I've come so far from when Goto Sensei worried about whether I'd be able to graduate high school or not. My parents didn't care at all about what I did after graduating. They barely even responded when I told them that I was going to move out. They even signed the necessary papers for me to get into college without reading what was written inside. I don't care where you go to after this, just try not to bother us anymore, was what Mom said to me after signing the papers. Well, it's not like I wasn't used to being treated like that or anything. And then 10 years passed since I graduated high school. Today was such a long day. I finished with work and arrived at the station nearest my apartment. I was walking home when my phone started ringing. It was from my sister.
Hello, do you have time right now?
Yep, I'm about to get home.
You see, I want to introduce some clients to you that I think you'll find interesting. What do you say?
Huh? Who is it? I listened to my sister's explanation. I couldn't hide my shock.
What do you say? Will you do it?
Of course, I do my best no matter who the patient is, I said firmly, hanging up the phone. About 2 weeks later, these interesting clients my sister told me about came to my clinic. Welcome. What? Masako, why are you here? Long time no see. Shizue told me what was happening. You have breast cancer, it seems.
Why are you wearing a lab coat?
Shizue told us that she knew a great doctor, so we had her introduce us to them, but... Yeah, I'm the doctor she was talking about. My last name changed since I got married, which is probably why I didn't notice it was me. You got married? My parents got mad at me for not telling them about my marriage, but I just ignored them and continued with my explanation. Thanks to Shizue's stoic study program, I was able to get into a medical school with a scholarship. I became a doctor after graduating. It's possible to become a doctor without spending too much money, you know? Well, Shizue's the one who taught me this, though. Anyways, I'm the doctor that works here now, as you can see. Shizue helped you with this? Why? She also paid for part of my tuition, and I lived with her during college.
She didn't tell us anything about that!
Of course she didn't. She never invited you guys to her apartment either, remember? Do you two really think that Shizue was on your side? Yep. The day Shizue told me that she was going to start tutoring me, she whispered this into my ears.
Why don't we give those two what they deserve together?
What? Apparently even she hated how her parents treat us so differently since childhood. Apparently she always felt bad about how her parents treated me so badly and had always been wanting for a chance to help me. To think that's what she was thinking about all this time. I had no clue until then.
You need to get a good job in the future to show those two that they were wrong. You're smarter than you think, Masako. You can do it as long as you put an effort into it.
At the time, I wasn't very confident in myself, so I kind of just nodded. I wonder what my life would be like right now if my sister hadn't said that to me then. It makes me shiver just thinking about it. My parents didn't know how to react hearing how Shizue really felt, but then suddenly they turned to me and, "But please, Masako, help us! You see, Dad lost his job since there was a reconstructing at this company, and we currently have no source of income. Not only that, but we still have to pay off the loan for our house. We can barely get by as it is, and now I have breast cancer. We don't have any more money. Please, could you lend us some?"
We're family after all, right?
I guess. All right, I'll help you guys.
Really?
That's my daughter. Of course I'm gonna help you. As a doctor, of course. Huh? Let's get through this illness together. I'll do my best. I'm not gonna lend you money, though.
But Shizue suddenly started being cold towards us as well. We have no one else to rely on.
This is the end. We're gonna go bankrupt. I ignored my mother's words of desperation and started explaining to her the treatment. After that, my mother's cancer was removed completely thanks to the treatment. It seems that she now goes to a local clinic once a month to undergo checkups. According to my sister, they weren't able to pay off the house loan after that and went bankrupt, and so they now live in a dirty little apartment. My father, who got fired from his job, apparently works part-time now, but he obviously doesn't earn as much as money as before. It seems that they can't even eat 3 meals a day anymore. It's not like it doesn't make me feel bad hearing about this. I'm even willing to lend them a hand if they apologize for treating me so horribly as a child. But apparently, the two of them don't even consider what they did as wrong. They really are pitiful people, I guess. Seeing what happened to them afterwards made me believe that karma actually existed. They deserved what they got.